Welcome to Novelish Universe, where pages come alive and story touch the soul. Step into a realm of sorrow and love and fate, where every word whispers emotion and every moment leaves a mark. Let your imagination soar. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for regular updates on new novels. Today, we begin a powerful journey with the novel Risking My Life, Proposing to Miss Hazel. The story begins now. Chapter 3. A ring with a yellow gem shone brilliantly. It looked small, like a ring for a child. More importantly, it seemed very expensive. I feel like I've seen this ring before. For reference, I don't have clear memories before I was 7. My first memory is running from a burning house holding my brother's hand. Everything before that has long been erased. Probably a side effect of nearly dying at Cromwell Castle. After tilting my head for a while, I answered honestly, I'm not sure. What I can say is that no one in our village would have such a precious gem, and our general store doesn't help find lost items. I see. The man raised his eyebrows, looking disappointed, and took the ring back. Maybe he confused a pawn shop with a general store? Well, in other villages, many shops combined both businesses, so that could happen. He put his hands in his pockets and slowly scanned the shelves. After circling the store, his gaze returned to me last. His expressionless eyes, which showed no emotion, curved subtly. His soft smile changed his entire impression. I never knew he could make that expression. I'd heard men who act coquettishly ruin 3 generations of a family, and his face matched that exactly. So, what does the store sell? Mostly people buy purification water. Some buy city items cleaned with purification water, too. Who gets the purification water? My brother. There's purification water in the nearby monster areas. Is your brother a soldier? No. Not a soldier, but he goes into the monster area? Yes. He says it's safe enough to go if you're drunk because you can't see anything while drunk. Talking to him felt strangely like being interrogated. Well, few people enter monster areas alone, so curiosity makes sense. My brother says the monster areas aren't that dangerous, as long as you don't go too deep. His red gaze lingered on the shelves again. He didn't leave, so he might buy something. In that case, it's time to sell. I decided to get rid of some old stock. The item you're looking at is a latest model calculator from the city. It's magically charged, so it will work for 10 years. If you buy it today, I'll give you a special discount. Of course, in a mountain village, an abacus is more than enough. I smiled cheerfully, wondering how far I could go before it became overcharging. But he was not easy to persuade. I see. A disinterested tone, a formal reply. I sensed that selling him stock was hopeless, so I changed the subject quickly. You seem to be a stranger. What brings you to our village? The man answered willingly. I'm Baron, the nephew of Mr. France's cousin. His personal information was clearer than I expected. I thought he might be a bit mysterious, but knowing he's related to Mr. France made him feel closer. Mr. France's cousin lives in the capital. Maybe this man is from the capital, too. I couldn't bring myself to ask if he came from the capital. The capital, Gretchen, has been devastated by the Civil War. I heard only the royal palace stands intact. I see. Welcome to Luden village. You'll like it here soon, Baron. I already like it. That's good. If you need anything, please visit the Golden General Store. I ended with a business smile. If he wasn't going to buy anything, he could leave. But he leaned his broad back against the wall and silently stared at me. Intimidating. I was just thinking I wished he would speak when he tilted his chin and finally opened his mouth. What is the name of the store owner? Oh, I didn't tell you. I'm Hazel. May I call you Miss Hazel? Whatever is convenient. Good. Miss Hazel, I look forward to working with you. Baron greeted me in a refined, city-like tone, and then finally took his heavy steps and left. When he stepped outside, the store felt empty. A fresh scent like pine lingered in the air. He's an interesting person. Baron was not interesting only to me. The entire village was buzzing because of him. My friends ran to me the moment they saw him, especially the married women. Breaking news! A handsome man has appeared. A handsome man is not a monster, so why appeared? Unlike me, exhausted by the fuss, Sarah and Maribel were full of energy. Their eyes sparkled at the sight of a new handsome man. Both have husbands and kids, but always act this way. Loving a husband and loving a handsome man are separate things. That is their firm belief. Hazel, listen, a handsome man is wandering around the village. They say he's a relative of Mr. Franz. I saw him too. He's even more handsome than the Lord's son or Duke Cedric. They said men who have black hair. I guess it's true. The Lord's son and Duke Cedric. The finest men the village women had ever seen. But their status is high. They never mingle with commoners. It's usually hard to even speak a word to them. So a handsome man of equal status is naturally exciting. I saw him too. Calm down, girls. I said this calmly, and Sarah held her head. Yes, we need to calm down. You can be a little excited. Maribel nodded and held my hand tightly. Hazel, you're the only unmarried young lady left of marriageable age, right? You're the most beautiful in the village, so I've been worried you'll marry last. I don't need any promotion. I'll marry someday. In general, don't trust what friends or family say about beauty. Friends exaggerate, and you can't trust your brother's words. I just appreciate them flattering my ordinary self, even if it's a lie. She still doesn't believe it. Anyway, do your best. We'll support you. First, let's lock your brother in the house. We have to act quickly before Felix notices Baron's presence. That's a good plan. If you need our mill keys, just ask. The married woman's bold jokes made my head spin. I waved them away. I'm not interested. You know my type. A solid, earthy potato. Far from the typical traits of a handsome man. A diligent worker. When I smiled silently, my friends frowned immediately. Sarah pounded her chest in frustration. Maribel clicked her tongue sharply. What? A potato? A man who would get chopped like a root crop if your brother swung a hoe at him? Too much. Why talk like that about my potato? Whack! I hit their behinds with the broomstick and finally chased them away. It was revenge for insulting my potato. Stop the nonsense. If you're not buying, leave. Even as they were chased out, they didn't stop giving advice. Judging by Baron's back, he wouldn't lose to Felix. Exactly. Accept it. That man is yours. Please. Anyway, I'm not interested, so don't do anything stupid. When I threatened them, my friends left sulking. If I had left them alone, they would have spread rumors all over the village that Baron belongs to Hazel. For reference, that was Maribel's strategy when she married her husband. I was about to sweep the entrance when, Miss Hazel, how have you been? The unpleasant voice made me frown. I slowly lifted my head and faced the owner of the voice, Axel Cromwell, the son of Lord Cromwell and heir to Cromwell Castle. He approached, smiling weakly along with his friends. Chapter 4. Axel's reddish-brown hair fluttered crimson in the sunset. It felt ominous. Somehow, today, he wouldn't let me go easily. Why did that man come to the village today? Tax day should be tomorrow. I bowed my head low to greet him, hiding my disgusted expression. Greetings, Lord Axel. What brings you to the general store? A voice dripping with mockery fell over me. Wouldn't it be to buy something? Why else would I come? My eyebrows furrowed without me realizing it. Axel Cromwell is always like this. He always says he comes to buy things, yet has never actually bought anything. He just enjoys mocking someone he considers easy. Axel is notorious even within Cromwell Castle. If my brother is a probably reformable troublemaker, Axel is a confirmed disaster. Being the only heir of the Lord, there's no one to control him. It's exhausting enough dealing with the troublemaker in my house, and now I have to handle the troublemaker outside. Oh, my fate. Knowing it's pointless, I politely tried to push the Lord's son away. Sorry, Lord Axel, but our store doesn't have anything that would satisfy you. No new items have arrived either. That's for me to decide. Come in and at least serve some tea. If you want to sell something, smile and cater to me. Not easy. I sighed openly and opened the door. Axel entered the store boldly, hands clasped behind his back. His friends chatted noisily behind me. The devil's child has succeeded. Even the Lord's son is here. Exactly. Axel's so generous. He treats everyone the same, even kids who used to steal rotten apples on the street. Their casual voices, sharp tones. I gripped the door tightly as it closed, teeth clenched. The locals of Cromwell Castle still call me the devil's child because of my unusual hair and eye color. 15 years ago, even knowing Luden Village had no problem taking me in, they labeled me a dark sorcerer and never stopped mocking me. My brother and the villagers protected me each time, but the damn Lord's son used rudeness as an excuse to raise taxes. A noble behaving worse than street thugs. Still, to prevent taxes from rising further, I had no choice but to quietly endure Axel. I hope my brother doesn't come to the store today. My brother has anger issues from his brain being fried with alcohol. His fists don't care about social status. Fortunately, he's never actually hit Axel, but a drunk Felix could do anything. The overconfident heir of Cromwell Castle rifled through the store, overturning displays at will. He even hummed happily, whatever thrilled him. Really? No new items at all? Your brother hasn't been working at all lately, huh? Sometimes. Tisk, our Miss Hazel works so hard. Sometimes. Is this man insane? Who decided hours? Axel shook his head and perched arrogantly on the counter. A haughty gaze stabbed straight down at me, eyes that naturally looked down from above. People praised Axel's appearance, saying at least his outward appearance was good, but I couldn't agree. Axel is unpleasant from head to toe. Perhaps my "I hate handsome men" attitude comes not from my brother, but from Axel. My theory is that looks and personality can never peak in the same direction. Avoiding his irritating gaze, I grabbed herbs at hand and brewed tea. He watched silently and suddenly called my name. Miss Hazel? Yes, Lord Axel? Have you thought about my proposal? What proposal? Pretending you don't remember again. I've told you 5 times already. Sorry, I'm not very smart. You made the same excuse last month, didn't you? Sorry. He chuckled, his Adam's apple moving with the laugh. I don't know why, but this situation seems quite entertaining to him. I'll tell you once more, merciful as I am, pretending you don't remember won't help. I'll keep coming until you accept my proposal. Damn it, why is he acting like this toward me? Axel cleared his throat as if making a major announcement, emphasizing each word. Miss Hazel, won't you move the Golden General Store inside Cromwell Castle? I'll cover you from behind. An absurd proposal, as always. The Lord's son really has no conscience. Not satisfied with harassing me once a month, he wants to keep tormenting me by staying nearby. As usual, I tried to respond with, I'll think about it, but changed my mind. There's no point being indirect with a man who won't understand. Straightforward refusal is the only answer. Just as I was about to speak, Axel quickly opened his mouth. Oh, I won't take your answer today. Think it over fully. Next month, I hope to hear a positive reply. Who gave him the right? In a trembling voice, I said, yes, and handed over the tea. But he didn't even pretend to drink it, continuing to provoke me. By the way, that flower in your hair, who gave it to you? Why do you want to know? Axel's raised eyebrow showed his displeasure at my answer. Reading his mood, his friends immediately began teasing. Could the devil's child be in love? Eh? Really? Heh, then who gave it? While they laughed among themselves, the bell rang and the store door burst open. I gave it. My brother. Of all times, he had to appear now. His eyes flashed like yellow flames as he approached Axel. Today he didn't smell of alcohol, but I couldn't let my guard down. "Lord Axel, did you harass Hazel?" Though polite in tone, my brother showed no intention of hiding his hostility. Axel curled one corner of his mouth. He looked like he was thinking how to annoy my brother even more. I pushed against my brother's chest to warn him. "Brother, nothing happened. Calm down." "Hazel." "No, don't do anything." On my left, my family troublemaker. On my right, someone else's troublemaker. Protecting my small, precious store from both made my head throb. I positioned myself between them to maintain a safe distance, watching the troublemakers. The two glared at each other silently, as if timing when to attack. The end. Thank you for wandering through today's tale in the novelish universe. If the story moved you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to join our growing realm of dreamers. Until we meet again, keep your heart open and your mind enchanted.